Well, apparently because of Nate the Great's actions last week, interrupting your match, interfering, and attempting to hit you with that chair, any guest commentator who interjects himself into a match without provocation will be suspended for 30 days.
Don't understand what that means. What that means basically is tonight, Exile is going to be in this ring, and if I touch him, I'm gone for 30 days, right?
But if he touches you,
but what that also means is that's for television. Once that camera goes off, if I see Exile in this ring, I can come out and do whatever the hell I want to him.
Just a minute with the first match. Don't go anywhere. The action's just getting started.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to New Revolution Wrestling. Matt Legit alongside Skag Rollins at the commentators table tonight for our first matchup. It's Wild Blue taking on Ritchie Magnett.
And I'll tell you what, Matt, what you're about to witness right now is the education of Wild Blue. Wild Blue does not have a lot of experience as opposed to, of course, his opponent tonight, Ritchie Magnett. And speaking of men with a lot of experience, tell him who else is going to be on tonight.
Well, we've got C.W. Bergstrom in the house making his NRW debut this evening.
And that could be very interesting because obviously New Revolution Wrestling has brought back a lot of veterans in this area. C.W. Bergstrom, no exception. Ultra talented. Whoa. Actually, Wild Blue just shot me right there.
We've seen some of the true legends of professional wrestling come through the doors of New Revolution Wrestling in the past 6 months. Ritchie Magnett, C.W. Bergstrom here tonight. We've seen Playboy Buddy Rose. We've seen the Grappler here. We've seen Buddy Wayne here.
And, of course, Skag Rollins.
And, of course, the undisputed king of Portland, Oregon, Skag Rollins.
Beautiful go behind by Ritchie Magnett right there. And I'll tell you what, this is one of those things. I've been in Wild Blue's shoes before, and I know what it's like when you're so new in this business. I'm still new in the wrestling business as well, but I mean, when you're so new as Wild Blue, to find out, to show up at a building and find out that you're wrestling a man like Ritchie Magnett, the nerves have had to be you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
The nerves had to have been shaking this entire week going into this match for Wild Blue.
I said it last week, I wouldn't want to run into Ritchie Magnett in a bowling alley, in a dark alley, in a wrestling ring, anywhere. If the guy's got a bad attitude and he's looking for a fight, I wouldn't want to be the guy in his way. And Wild Blue, unfortunately, is in his way this evening.
But you know what, actually holding his own here, which is amazing to me, and I think that a lot of this could just simply be Ritchie Magnett could be lulling him into a false sense of security. Because you know Ritchie Magnett. Ritchie Magnett doesn't just wrestle with his arms and legs. Ritchie wrestles with his mind.
Ritchie Magnett's such a skilled veteran of the Mat Wars and has definitely been on a big winning streak here in New Revolution Wrestling thus far. Hasn't been able to wrestle that Pacific Coast title away from any of the champions we've had here thus far, whether it be Matt Farmer, Aaron Bowler, or the current champion, Jason Sullivan.
Well, I know that with Matt Farmer, they were actually tag team partners in the Old World Order. Bolo, he came very close actually to taking that title from Bolo. As a matter of fact, I remember a lot of controversy over that match in the first place.
Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, Skag, you know that.
And see right here, I think once again Ritchie toying with Wild Blue.
Taking his time. The man knows his way around that ring, and Wild Blue, unfortunately, is probably going to be in a lot of pain here in the next few moments. I do not envy the kid at this moment.
A test of strength here. Wild Blue obviously in great shape, but I don't know if he's any match for the strength and the strength capacity with Ritchie Magnett. It's one of those things where Wild Blue's coming back.
Wild Blue trying to mount a comeback. Fans getting behind him a little bit here tonight at the Gresham Rec Center.
And Ritchie Magnett obviously went to the mask right there, but he was smart enough to get the referee on the opposite side. The referee obviously questioned about him. Ritchie's not about to say, oh, yeah, that's right, yeah, I pulled his mask.
And that's what you can come to expect from Ritchie Magnett when he's in that ring. The man knows how to wrestle, no doubt about it, but not afraid to resort to those rule-breaking tactics to win a match or just to get the goat of his opponent.
Well, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of Ritchie Magnett, but I gotta say, I gotta support him with that theory. If you can get away with it, like I've said before, if you're going down the freeway and it's 50 miles an hour, how often do you drive 60 when the cops aren't around? If the referee doesn't see it, it doesn't really count.
But if the ref does see it, it can cost Ritchie Magnett. He could get a yellow card, possibly a red card, and get disqualified from this matchup.
Exactly. Oh, exactly. NRW now operating under the card system. Basically a 3 strikes you're out rule here in each match in New Revolution Wrestling, and that kind of is up to the referee's discretion as well. But again, if the ref doesn't see it, he didn't see the hair pull, he didn't see the mask pull, and that's why no card was given at that point.
And I will tell you, Skeg, this referee is pretty lax. Last week, he did not do his job last week. It was out of control here last week. If you weren't at the Gresham Rec Center, if you didn't catch the show, then you don't know what you're missing. But this ref is on the take, in my opinion, whether it be in Derek Drexel's pocket or Nate the Great's pocket. He's in somebody's pocket. And as you see Ritchie Magnett working over Wild Blue on the ring rope, stretching out that arm now, just clubbing it. Oh, Ritchie just trying to break the arm of Wild Blue now. Nothing pretty about that.
There's not a whole lot pretty about Ritchie Magnett except for the fact that, once again, very, very skilled athlete, but I mean, I'm not exactly wanting to date him.
Ritchie just working over that arm of Wild Blue, and that could be a mistake. I'm surprised. I would think Ritchie would go for his leg since the man is bigger than him.
Well, the man's definitely got a height advantage. I wouldn't say he's bigger than him.
No.
But
Ritchie just pounding on that arm.
And I'm going to take him right into the turnbuckle. Beautiful maneuver. Basically what we're seeing right now is Ritchie Magnett is systematically trying to take apart Wild Blue. Wild Blue has the youth. Wild Blue has the... But he doesn't have the experience, and obviously that's what we're seeing right now. That's the big kink in his armor, is that Ritchie Magnett is able to just methodically and systematically take Wild Blue down and dominate him throughout this entire match so far.
And that's what we're seeing right now. Ritchie just slowly punishing the younger man, taking his time, toying with him. It's like a game of cat and mouse here.
And once again there, you notice Wild Blue trying to get these fans behind him, but you know, at this point you're not going to want to worry about what the fans are doing so much as what you have to do in the ring in order to get that job done.
And the truth is here, probably at any time he wants to, Ritchie Magnett could hit that neck breaker, follow it up with that suplex, and it'd be over for Wild Blue.
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like Ritchie has some sort of a nerve hold on Wild Blue. Can't quite tell from our position here at the commentator's table.
I think he's just wrenching back on the arm, but yeah, he was also putting pressure there in the trapezius muscle. And Wild Blue, it's almost like he's alone out here. These fans, I'm not saying they're necessarily cheering for Ritchie, but they're not really getting behind Wild Blue either.
Well, these fans were solidly behind Ritchie Magnett here last week when he took on Cedric. And I don't know, the people maybe getting a heart for Ritchie Magnett here out of nowhere. But then again, you know, everybody hates Cedric's
I think Cedric's
guts,
just a jerk, so.
I think they just want to see Cedric get beat up personally. Ritchie continuing to punish the arm of Wild Blue here. Man, this type of action. I'll tell you what. Tonight, also, we gotta mention this. Tonight,
here at the Rec Center. We're going to see the Syndicate defend the Tag Team Championships against the Pacific Coast Blondes. That's actually not going to be on television. There's a lot of action that goes on here at the Rec Center on the corner of 215th and Stark that is not televised. Oh!
We only have an hour for television. We can't bring you all of the tremendous action that occurs here every Friday night. What else we got coming up? Speaking of Cedric, we were talking about him just a moment ago. He's going to be taking on C.W. Bergstrom tonight. We've got the debut.
Oh, and there's the belly-to-belly suplex.
It's
and I'm
over.
pretty much sure
That's it.
that is it.
Say goodnight, Wild Blue.
Yeah, and there you can see Ritchie Magnett just disposing of Wild Blue. And that's part of the reason, these fans get behind him, because Ritchie Magnett is a no-nonsense grappler who will take you out. He will hurt you.
Ritchie Magnett is definitely a tough, mean son of a gun. And that's just the first matchup we've got here tonight on NRW television. We're coming back in just a second with more great action. We've got Exile versus Quiz coming up.